Good evening everyone, and welcome to all of our new followers. Thank you so much for everyone that decided to join our page. Welcome again to Tip Tuesday. We've got a lot of stuff going on for you today. We're going to be speaking a little bit more about homeostasis and how that helps you get results with your fitness, with your eating as well. We're going to be talking about our ambassador search, and we're going to be answering the questions that you brought onto the page. I hope that I can give you a lot of value. Before I continue, for everyone that is new, again, welcome. My name is Neil Duplessis. I am the Chief Course Operator for TrainMe Academy. Sorry, I had to have a bit of an afternoon nap. I'm feeling a little bit under the weather, but I'm still going to try and make this as fun and as excitable as possible because you guys deserve it. If you're going to sit here and watch these videos with me, I'm hoping that we're going to have a good learning experience together. So the idea of TrainMe Academy, just a quick recap, is we are wanting to empower you, the customer. Our mission is basically to make you your own personal trainer so that you know how to control the different things on your body that you want out of it, depending on if you want to change the way that it looks, the way that it moves, or just understanding things so that you're not afraid of eating certain kinds of food. You don't feel like you have to completely restrict yourself when you have an eating plan or when you do eat. And very importantly, that you also know that when you exercise, you don't have to be killing yourself and hating every single second of it. The term no pain, no gain, it's a myth, guys, and it's physically been proven that pushing yourself too hard actually has a negative effect on the body. There's a TEDx talk about that. I will see if I can get a link to that in this video description after. I'm definitely going to remember doing that. So welcome to everyone that's watching me live, but you don't have to be live to enjoy the tips and to get value from these videos. They will be posted in our feed. So if you ever want to do any sort of recap, they're available for you on our page. I first would like to talk a little bit about our ambassador search. So before I get into the tips, let me just give you a tip. If you would like to do our 6-week fitness challenge for free, yes, for free, you can apply to be one of our ambassadors. There are other perks besides doing our fitness challenge. You also get what we are referring to as a referral bonus. So that basically means if while you are doing our 6-week challenge and you are telling your followers about it, they decide that they want to jump on the challenge too, you can earn up to 1,000 Rand per account. If there's 2 of you, then obviously you could double it up and also double that. There are some things that we need from your side. Basically, you need to do some posting for us, and just really the idea is that you understand the brand so that you can get the word out there, because that is what we need. If you're going to be an ambassador, that is the most important thing. So let's get into some tips. Now, I don't just want to be answering questions that come into the feed every week. Unfortunately, you don't know what you don't know. And from being in the industry, from working in the industry, I have for the last year been blessed as a master trainer. I was teaching personal trainers how to be personal trainers. And even people that are ambitious and passionate about the industry, the kind of questions that I got, I realized that people don't really know where to focus. People don't really know where to start. So I am going to facilitate that for you as a ambassador for the brand, because this is Academy at the end of the day. I'm not just a master trainer, but I'm also an exercise specialist. So teaching you what you need to know is the first step. So we spoke a little bit about a term last week called homeostasis. Okay, it's not a cream. It's not something that you're going to rub on your stomach and then all of a sudden you're going to start getting results. It's not a fad diet. It is actually a physiological term. which I explained last time is, in a nutshell, in layman's terms, it is the body trying to balance or normalize itself under the conditions that it is being put under. So a physiological example, the one I gave last week, if you walk outside without a jacket, it's winter if you're from South Africa, it's cold, the response of the body is you're going to start shivering. You're going to start burning, internally combusting energy. You're going to create movement. Your body is going to create involuntary movement, and your core temperature then is going to try and elevate itself. Now, that might not seem that there's any sort of link between that and your fitness journey or when you're following some sort of eating plan, but it is very, very, very important for you getting results to understand the homeostasis term and how that relates to your health and fitness journey. In a nutshell, you are a result of every single thing that you have done in your life. Take all of the collective movements, take all of the collective things that you've ingested, put into your body, put your body under. That is what your body knows. Now, unfortunately, a lot of people teach their bodies some very unorthodox conditions. And this is where people start to struggle to lose weight that they've gained. So I'm going to use the example of if someone is overweight and they would like to lose weight, how does homeostasis, how is knowing that term or knowing something about that term going to aid you? Basically, you need to teach your body the correct habits. You basically need to be putting yourself under the conditions and facilitating an environment where your body feels safe to lose that weight. It might sound a bit silly, but that's what I'm talking about, the eating side of things. If you have gone on fad diets, if you yo-yo from going on huge binges and you eat like so many calories, and then you go all the way down to eating nothing and starving yourself because you feel guilty for eating all of those things, your body thinks that it is literally in a state where it could possibly be under in a dying state, let's just say that. And what your body will do if you're not consistently getting calories is hold on to weight in case it goes through one of those long dry spells again where it's not getting calories. Because the truth of the matter is you need calories, or you need energy in order to burn energy. I really go on, well, I really feel that this is such an important thing for people to know, because most of the time, or in my experience with working from clients all over the world, from working with people in person, from working with people in other different environments, and particularly online when I'm doing my coaching and asking people to send photos of their meals and things like that, people feel that if they're eating food that they're automatically going to pick up weight. And that's not the case. You need to fuel your body with the right kind of ingredients. Ingredients does work. You need to fill your body with the right kind of calories so that it's getting what it needs to not only nourish itself, but also sustain itself. Because what do people do if they want to lose weight? They start to exercise. So what a lot of people do is they stop eating a lot and they start exercising a lot. Now, this is a very confusing state for the body. You're basically telling your body that we're in starvation mode. We're not getting enough calories to facilitate even our body's basic processes. But now we also would like you to move in a way that we're not used to. So what does the body do? The body takes, first of all, you're going to have low energy. You're going to have cravings. Your body is going to be craving calories because you need those calories in order to facilitate the movement that you're forcing it to do. So I want to pretty much take that concept and what I've just said now and answer one of the questions that we had on our feed, which was, what is your number one health and fitness tip? My number one health and fitness tip is never starve your body. Never undereat, because you are teaching your body that it is in an environment where food is not plentiful and we may not have enough calories in order for our basic processes to function. And so when you do eat foods, and when you start to crave the foods that you shouldn't be eating and you overeat, or if you just maybe eat in a normal fashion, your body's going to say, well, I don't know when I'm going to get these calories again, so I'm going to hold on to them. And when you are pushing yourself, let's say you're really, really gung-ho on getting that exercise plan in motion, and when you actually start to do that, your body is freaking out. It's saying, this person now wants me to run 5 kilometers or lift that weight or squat like this or exercise for this certain amount of time. I need some sort of energy here in order to do these movements. Unfortunately though, if you are not facilitating that environment that tells your body that you're getting consistent calories in, unfortunately what happens is you start to burn muscle instead of burning fat when you are working out and when you are creating that caloric deficit. So a caloric deficit is the key, yes, in order to be losing weight. If you consume a certain amount of calories and you burn more than those amount of calories, you will lose weight. Yes, you will. But what kind of weight are you losing? There are different kinds of weight that you can use, and that's why when people are monitoring their fitness goal on the amount that they weigh on the scale can tell you a very incorrect story. Because if you've lost weight and you've been starving yourself and somehow managing to keep up an exercise routine, you've more than likely burnt muscle. Muscle is your best friend if you want to be able to look lean and strong and healthy, but muscle is also your best friend if you want to be burning calories and burning fat fast. Because basically directly, the amount of muscle that you have is directly proportional to how fast your metabolism is. So the less muscle you have, the lower and the slower your metabolism is, and also the weaker your body starts to become. So that would be my number one health, my number one health and fitness tip. Never undereat, never starve your body. Another important thing to know about homeostasis, so we've already spoken now about how it basically helps you in an eating sense. How does the homeostasis principle play into our exercise routines? There are certain zones, or there's certain ways that you can move your body, which will be dependent on the outcome of what you inevitably look like. So if we're going back to our example of losing weight, or if you are just someone that wants to look a particular way, maybe you want to look like that fit, strong, but lean person. Maybe it's something that looks like an Olympic sprinter, it could be a CrossFit athlete, it could be a fitness model, any sort of physique like that. You need to be working your body in a very specific zone in order to facilitate building muscle and burning fat like those people look. And the only way to do that is if you consistently work out in the correct exercise zone. But because a lot of people think that what their movements are, or what they pick as an exercise program is going to give them that result for whatever reason it actually is. A lot of the time, what I find when I've been teaching people that want to become personal trainers and they don't understand these concepts. So for the general public, a lot of people have ideas about how they should move and how that's going to make them look. But basically, if you want to look like that fitness model, that Olympic sprinter, that CrossFit athlete that you see on your Instagram feed or your Facebook wall or whatever it is, and you are going for 10 to 15 to 20 kilometer runs, you're working in the completely wrong zone in order for you to get that sort of look. Because there is a very big difference between working in the aerobic zone and working in the anaerobic zone. I don't want to get into too much detail, or I don't want to get into too many concepts and I jump the gun. But in a nutshell, you need to work in the muscle building zone, which is a very specific zone in between your endurance zone. Then you get your muscle building zone, you get your strength zone, and you get your power zone. And if you are going to facilitate any change, I've just used one of those zones as an example. If you want to facilitate any change and you have an image or like an image goal or a body look goal that you want to get to, and you constantly working in the wrong zone, let's say you are consistent, you're never going to magically all of a sudden going to get that kind of body. But what more people do than people that are actually being consistent, but being consistent in the wrong zone, is people change the zone almost every single time they work out because they want variety, they want fun. I understand fun, I understand variety. You can get variety and you can get fun by working in the same zone and doing different things in the playground or in the wheelhouse of that specific zone. But what a lot of people do is they're changing zones consistently. So what the homeostatic principle is, again, your body is trying to normalize or stabilize itself under the conditions that you continue to put it under. So after you do this for a certain period of time, you keep going into different zones. Your body doesn't know what it needs to adapt to. And at the end of the day, just to cut it short, is you are never going to reach the type of body image or the goal weight that you want if you don't stay in the right zones for a long enough period of time so that your body can say, hey, okay, in order for me to normalize and to be able to deal with the circumstances that this person keeps putting me under, I now have to facilitate muscle growth. In order to run the fashion that this person is trying to make me move in, I need to burn fat, body fat. I need to be as lean and as light as possible. It may be, that's just one example. I can go on about this for a long time, but I don't want to make these videos too long because at the end of the day, if you're like me, attention span is not the strongest point. So let me get to another one of our questions, and that is, when are ambassadors being chosen? If you are one of those people that are looking to be an ambassador, then you just have to hold on a little bit longer, because on Friday we're going to be announcing who our ambassadors are. If you want to check out the perks, or if you want to know what the perks are, or if you just want to find out what you're in for, send us a message. We will get back to you. We will let you know what we're looking for. We're not looking for people with tens of thousands of followers, and we're not conventional in that approach. We're looking for people that are pretty much align with what our brand is basically trying to get out there into the world. And that is wanting to educate yourself and knowing how to be your own personal trainer so that you can be comfortable in the body and confident in the body that you have, and you can consistently do that without any fear of or going on really weird diets or crazy exercise plans that can make you get injured or something like that. Thank you so much, guys, for tuning in. Just a quick recap: homeostasis, your body is always constantly, whether you like it or not, trying to normalize under the conditions that you put it under. Therefore, in order to get the results that you're looking for, you need to be consistently eating the right kinds of foods, the right amounts of foods, and you need to be moving in the correct zone for a long enough period of time for your body to say, I I need to be able to deal with these conditions, and in turn, I am going to turn into the body that you are looking to achieve. But that is not done through starving yourself. That is not done through exercising so hard that you want to vomit each time, or no pain, no gain. That's not it, guys. So next week, we are going to be discussing the different types of movements. So what are the different types of movements, and how would those movements fit into these 4 zones that I've given you a sneak peek about? Tune in next week, guys. We're going to be live every Tuesday, 6 p.m. I hope to see you next week. Thank you for tuning in, and thank you for all the love and just for following our page. We went from about 180 followers to about 269 followers. Thank you so much for the support, guys. Let's learn together, let's grow together, let's move together.